For now, I think that's honestly enough. Okay, so let's make services file also in case we had some kind of, business logic that we wanted to put, essentially put out of our routes. Okay, so that's basically, these are the files that we want to work with. And I think that's it. Okay, so let's continue with the next task, which is essentially setup.env identic config for environment variables. Okay. 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 What is this? What is this? This is what. Okay, so let's work on Pi and config. So from config So the thing is that we kind of declare this class, right, called settings, and we define all of our environment variables here. But the thing is that it is going to load. I think it's going to load the variables from the .env file, right? So from this file, and always the values that we have inside .env file, those values are kind of like the default, or the default values that this setting class is going to use. And if not, then it's going to use the values that we actually define here. I think that's kind of as fallback, right? So we need env type. We have to declare type. We're assigning some empty string. That's fine. For MongoDB, we need Mongo URL. This is going to be a string. Okay, and then you have MongoDB name, which is basically just the name of our database. And by the way, let's call this URI, not URL. Okay. Then I'm going to probably define some variables that we might use, because later on we're probably going to develop a kind of a premium system, payments and stuff for our application. So let's go and, excuse me, premium. Okay, so limits. Then our JWT authentication stuff. JWC secrets. Okay. Um. I don't know exactly where debug boolean. Whatever. Okay, some LangChain stuff. LLM model we want to use. We're gonna use probably this Olama model for now. This guy. This Gemma, whatever it's called. And then URL. Yeah. Drop this. This is kind of like the local address of our Olama model. Sure, ChromaDB. Yeah, so this is basically where I think where we're going to store the SQLite stuff for ChromaDB. Well, this is going to be a storage, right? Okay. And then in case if we wanted to drop also these ones for basically SMC some CP email sending. Okay. This one also for or embedding model for vectorizing. For now, we're just going to use a Olama model, Olama local model. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, I think these are all the variables that we needed. Okay. Yeah, so class and big. Okay, so this is where we actually set .env file. As so basically here we're just saying that load all the variables from load from .env file. And what are we getting an error? Oh, because equal sign, assignment sign. We need assignment. Okay, so that's that. We all have to. So now we just have to kind of export this settings, right? So settings equals settings. So basically, we use a singleton, to get an instance of settings, right? So this is instance of settings. Yeah, so we just create an instance of this class. That's all we're doing. Okay. Now, this should actually automatically load all of the variables I have inside .env. Okay, inside .env file. Okay, so beside this, let me quickly also declare something here before we go on. So MongoDB instance. I'm kind of actually, what I'm doing here is that I use a global variable here inside the config file in order to keep a reference to MongoDB database instance, okay? Because I want to use it inside other files. So when I actually set the MongoDB, I'm going to actually set this variable too. So let me drop some long as, yeah, okay. And then from typing import Mongo global instance. We're gonna have Mongo client, which is an instance of Async IO motor clients. Any or also none. So none, then MongoDB. So this is actually the instance of the database that we're going to use. Async database. Actually, and that's it. Now we have this global variables. We can use it all over our application. Okay, great. So that's pretty much our config file as far as I'm concerned. Now let's actually set this up. Well, let's actually use it and test it, see if it works. Okay. So yeah, before we run this, let's go to main file. And okay, we import settings. let's just return something from our environment variable file to just confirm that everything works. What? I should get some intelligence for this. Yeah. Uh-oh. Because this colon here, yeah? Okay. Go DB name. Okay. So let me run this now. Okay. We get error. Okay, let's fix it. Okay, so apparently the problem is inside the config file. A typo. This has to be free. Okay. This has to be free. So that was a typo. Hopefully that was it. Yeah, it seems like if I have some variables here that I don't have inside the .env file, it kind of throws a error, right? So this has to match what I have inside my .env file. It seems that way. So yeah, now our server is running. Let me go to this website. Although we probably should use Postman. Yeah, so we get AI PDF wizard. Okay. So we have actually access to, we successfully loaded our .env variables. Okay. Okay, so let's continue with this task. So connect connect MongoDB. We're gonna start that. Okay. So I guess the first thing we're gonna do is to set up MongoDB, right? And we want to do that probably inside. Okay, so now we need this lifespan type of thing. Now we need this. And we need this imports. Okay. We assume that this runs on app starts up. And the first thing we do, we're going to do client. We're going to basically start a we have to do something else. We have to import. Okay, a couple of imports. Well, actually, imports. And then from Beanie imports. I think we need also copy this. I think that's all we need. Okay. We're gonna pass the we're gonna pass the MongoDB URL, which comes from the settings. Okay. This should actually work. So let's get the instance of face DB client settings that MongoDB name. And that's it. Let me save DB instance globally source import back. Next thing we should do, we should register our models, but we don't have any model right now, so I guess I'm just gonna register, leave a comment here. Let's go ahead and actually define what am I getting why am I still getting an error here? Huh. Okay. Okay. Figure that later. Let me actually go ahead and create our first model. And this is the name of collection inside MongoDB. So we start with a basic user model. And yeah, so now we can actually register this. We can actually register this. Okay, awaits and it's Beanie and then duck and models. Yeah, that's basically import the model. Wait a minute. Come on. Okay. Import the model, register the model. We get a type error here. Okay. Okay, it's a type error for now. Let's just ignore it. Oh, okay. Yielding. Oh, I'm not yielding yet. Okay. That's fine. We will. Okay, so what else am I gonna do here? The next thing I'm gonna do